And perfect samadhi in the Buddha's Noble Eightfold Path or the Buddha's teachings is the 4 jhanas. All the 4 jhanas is samatha. And what is vipassana? Vipassana is contemplation. So when we listen to the Dhamma, and this contemplation is automatic. The moment you listen to Dhamma, the mind digests that Dhamma. That is contemplation. And when you understand the Dhamma, that will lead you to attain some path and fruition. So depending on your state of samadhi, if you don't have the 4 jhanas, when you listen to the suttas, you can attain sotapanna, first fruit or second fruit. But to attain the anagamin, the 3rd fruit and the 4th fruit, it is very clear in the Majjhima Nikaya Sutta that the Buddha says you absolutely need the 4 jhanas. When a person has the 4 jhanas and he listens to a sutta like the Anatta Lakkhana Sutta or the Adita Pariraya Sutta, then that person can become an anagamin or an arahant. So your attainment depends entirely on your samadhi, how calm your mind is. Because the deeper the samadhi, the purer the mind. And the Buddha says a bright mind is the best condition for knowledge and insight to occur in the Anguttara Nikaya Sutta. So I'll stop here for tonight. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Mentioned that when one becomes too attached to the precept, one tends to develop aversion towards the moon. So it says that like not eating afternoon, taking a time frame on ourselves, creating a stress to ourselves. Say for example, we see the sun is almost high noon and we have to stop down after very fast. This is to keep that precept, and so we mentioned that both precepts are not very.
We cannot talk like that because it contradicts the Buddha's word. But sometimes we may need to relax the rules slightly, if at all necessary. But generally speaking, we should uphold these precepts as best as we can. For example, sometimes a monk is working on a project, say like building a kuti or working on the water pipes or something, and they cannot finish in time. So you see, according to our Vinaya, we have to eat before noon, finish our meal before noon. But sometimes because we are working and we cannot run away, and you have to finish the job. By the time you finish the job, is maybe half an hour past noon. So in that respect, maybe you can relax slightly because of your work. You have to eat a bit late. But those are very rarely occur. Those kind of circumstances very rarely occur. So you cannot generalize and say that you should not be attached to the precepts. The thing is, the Buddha says that we must understand the purpose of the precepts. So the purpose of the precepts is to help us lead a very disciplined life. When we lead a disciplined life, then only we can discipline ourselves and we are not sloppy. So then only you can progress on the spiritual path, because the spiritual path needs a lot of discipline. Absolutely a huge amount of discipline. For example, the Buddha's teachings for us is to lead us on to liberation, to become an arahant. If you want to hope to become an arahant, you have to keep cutting your sleep. Keep cutting your sleep until you don't sleep at all. You are mindful 24 hours a day. If you don't have discipline, how can you do that? That's not. So, like keeping this precept, not eating afternoon, is such a small precept. And it's such a small thing to do in the holy life. And if you can't even do such a small thing, what big thing can you do? Yes, so we have to be very careful.
Actually, it's not relating to Dhamma, but referring to Sutta 42.9 and 42.8, the line is Asankhata Sutta. He takes refuge in the Buddha twice. In Sutta 42.9, he took instruction from Nikaya to approach Buddha and try to put down the Buddha. So, can we assume that he wasn't converted?
Yes, so in that case, where Nikaya Nataputta asked him to go and refute the Buddha's Dhamma, at that time he definitely, it would appear definitely that he was a follower of the Nikaya. And then how about the 42.8? Sometimes this one, there might be a mistake that they added this last part of taking refuge twice. Could be that in like 42.9, probably at that time he was definitely a disciple of the Nigantas. And then 42.8. 42.8, I would think on that occasion he was already a disciple of the Buddha. We see small mistakes like this can appear in the suttas because they were sort of transmitted from one mouth to another. So probably at the end of 42.8, there should be no taking of refuge in the Buddha because he's already a disciple of the Buddha. That's why the Buddha could talk to him about Nikaya Nataputta's teaching.
The other question is regarding temple things that have been mentioned, things belonging to the temple are Sangha, belonging to the Sangha. So for example, as lay people, sitting outside at home whatsoever, so we also as residents, we have the duty to also prolong the life of other things, or even things that can be salvaged, to do with our means to salvage.
There are some things that belong to the Sangha. There are some things you can say belong to the monastery, not only the Sangha. And there are some things that don't belong to the Sangha. For example, food. Food, unless it is like things that are allowable at night. Say like dark chocolate and prunes and dates and all that. If it's offered to the Sangha, then it belongs to the Sangha. Unless the Sangha thinks they have access, then they can give it to lay people. to the residents, the lay residents to use. And then there are certain things like monastery tools is meant for everybody, all the residents to use. But it is not strictly Sangha property, it's for general use of the residents. So even though it is not strictly Sangha property, it's a monastery property, but still lay people should be careful how they use it and not to damage it. If possible, take good care of it and put it properly. I remember in the Sutta, one of the causes for the downfall, destruction of a family is to misplace items. Simply use items and simply misplace it, and then months later you find a rusted parang somewhere because somebody mislaid it somewhere and never bothered to bring it back or something. So I have to be careful. But of course sometimes we are not arahants, we are not mindful 24 hours a day. So sometimes small slip-ups like this forgivable. Even monks also do it, you see. The thing is, we try our best. Don't be sloppy. Sometimes we have bad habits from the past. So when you come to live in a monastery, you try to be more disciplined. Try to value the things in the monastery, because a lot of things given in the monastery are given by devotees with a lot of devotion. Sometimes they themselves can't afford to use certain things or eat certain things, but because of the devotion to the Sangha, they offer certain things which are good quality. So don't go and waste it. Learn to appreciate.
The other thing is about covetousness. For example, if you have lots of seedlings, plants, donated by many people, sometimes we find that the plants are very quality plants, the rice and everything to pass on for such plants that so many around. So most of it we ask so whether it is a form of covetousness or not.
Oh no, covetousness means like taking without permission. But this is a slight greed. It's not covetousness, it's slight greed. You see something good, you want to possess it. I see it in a lot of people. Sometimes they see anything for free, they quickly want to take. But they take so much, sometimes they bring home, they never use. Some people bring a lot of CDs home. Do they listen to all of it? If you don't listen to all of it, you are wasting the devotees' funds. It's not good for you. Some people also take a lot of books, bring home, never read. That's not good. If you don't read, you pass it to somebody else. You have no time to read, give it to somebody else. Don't hoard it. Some people like to hoard. Sometimes some people, they say they want something, and then when they find they have to pay for it, then they change their mind. So just because it's available free, they have a different attitude. So I have to be careful. This is when we come to the Dhamma, we learn to be more skillful, to lead our lives more skillfully, and always reflect. The Buddha says, what you have done in the past, always reflect whether it's correct or not. And what you are doing now, also you must reflect whether it's good or not, good karma or not, skillful karma or not. And then what you are going to do also, you must reflect whether you should do it or should not do it, whether it's skillful or unskillful. So when we reflect in this way, then our three karmas are very pure. When our three karmas are very pure, we are always very happy. Very happy. You don't have remorse. And when your mind is happy, when you meditate, you will calm down very fast. Calm down and attain concentration.